It's morning now. Baby had actually a good sleep. In half an hour we get up. Gonna have a little breakfast. And then we're gonna go to the airfield where he's gonna make his first flight.
Tongo was rescued by the rangers of Virunga National Park. They heard that there was a trafficker with a baby chimp.
He's still very healthy, so he wasn't long in the hands of the traffickers.
We don't have an orphanage for chimpanzees. We fly them to Luiro primates. I never take them immediately in the plane because I always avoid to put them in a cage. I try to take them on my lap because flying in a plane for a baby chimp is very stressful. So they need to have human contact.
So next time is now we're gonna get him some fruits and then prepare him for his flight tomorrow.
It's just like a normal human baby. They want to get hold, they want to feel you, and then they are calm. It takes a few hours to adapt, and then you think, oh, okay, this human is maybe not that bad. He gives me bananas, he gives me milk, he comforts me.
Good banana. Good banana. I'm gonna spoil him tonight with fruits and good drinks. And tomorrow we're going for a flight.
My dream was always combining flying and wildlife. About 7 years ago, I flew with 3 doctors through Africa, and we donated an airplane to Virunga National Park. Emmanuel, the director, asked me actually to stay and to build an air wing, to do medivacs, to support the rangers. It's 2016 that I flew the first chimp. They brought Pinga, the chimp, and they actually had made a wooden crate. I estimate that it was almost 20 kilograms. And Stefan, if we're going to take that extra weight, the takeoff will be even more difficult. So that's how I say, Stefan was on the co-pilot seat. Would you mind to take the chimp on your lap? He looked like a very calm guy. The flight went perfectly. The chimp was very calm. That's how I realized, okay, they are only babies. You don't want to put them in a cage. You put them on your lap and they're going to experience this flight less stressful. And that's how I developed the system. You realize every time that flying a chimp is something very unique. It doesn't often happen. Make sure you have food, also a bottle with some milk or some juice. It always happens the same. They are a little bit curious when the engine starts. The first 10 minutes they are looking around and then they just fall asleep. I come for a bit like their parents or the family members who do, like fleeing them. Some only wake up when I do the landing, when they're like, oh, there's a change of engine sound. The biggest relief is always the touchdown, because then you know, okay, the most difficult part has been done and now the baby is in good hands.
So it's time for our breakfast and then we're going to the airfield and see how the baby feels in an airplane. So now we are ready for a flight to Bukavu, to Luiro primates, and my passenger is sleeping.
He's strapped on my lap so he cannot wander around. I take a baby bottle. He fell even asleep on my lap in the airplane. But they are very curious. I mean, they watch you, they look at you, what you are doing, and if he sees I'm holding that stick to fly the airplane, he wants to do the same.
So we are arrived at the Luiro primates now. All went well. Very chill flight, and now we're gonna give him to Itsaso, the directress of Luiro primates. Hey, little boy, ready for it?
She knows the body language. So you see each time when I come there, they're like happy to jump in her arms. He was very happy, and after 2 days he already met his other 2 mates, so he was happy to be there. They are in a new family and the future is looking much better for them because they have a very big chance to get released back in the wild. Chimps are wild animals, they are not pets, they belong in the wild. We keep on expanding. We started a flying school in Virunga National Park and we trained 6 pilots. It's always nice if a rescue works. I'm only the guy who flies the chimps and transports the chimps. I mean, the rangers, they're doing the tough job. And then the people in Luiro. They have around 100 rescued chimpanzees now. They are very, very good at what they are doing.
Nyezi was found alone in a field. He was actually handed to us in a shoebox. He was that small. And we rushed him back to the centre and started kind of 24/7 care with him. At that age, he would still be in the den with his family members. So for him to be completely alone was really scary for him. We started thinking, what can we do for this cub? We started looking into kind of what sort of species is a bit similar to hyenas, and that's when we settled on a puppy. Wesley was executed about the same time. On Wesley's side, he was all wanting to wrestle and wanting to play, whereas Nyezi was a little bit confused. In the beginning, we just did little sessions of kind of an hour, just because Wesley, being a puppy, was a little bit full on. Sometimes the hyena needed a little bit of a rest. By about day 3, they were feeding next to each other and sleeping in the same nest box. As soon as the puppy got there, he got a lot more confident with change in his environment. And Nyezi could look at him and go, okay, well, Wesley's not scared, so I don't need to be scared either. Both of them being young boys, their favourite thing, as you can imagine, was to wrestle with each other. So they would just kind of chase each other around, roll each other around, fight over toys, as all puppies do. We watched it really carefully to make sure that we were gauging that both parties were still getting benefit from the relationship and that both were still safe. We were together for about 4.5 months before we decided Nyezi was big enough to move over to meet our 2 adult hyenas, and Wesley was able to go into early retirement. Thankfully able to be adopted by a local family who had 2 other dogs, so it worked out really well. We have 2 other hyenas, they're 3-year-old brothers, their names are Leo and Milo. And when we took Nyezi over to meet Leo and Milo, he initially met them through a safety slide, so they could see and smell each other, but they couldn't physically touch each other.
If they fight, I'm going home and you won't see me again for the rest of the week.
As soon as we put him in there, Nyezi went running over to the big boys. He did all the appropriate behaviour. It actually went much better than we could ever have hoped. So we were really grateful that Leo and Milo accepted him. He gets his own little second chance at life. Unfortunately for them, they can't be released at this stage, just because they all have grown up in such close proximity to humans. So Leo, Milo and Nyezi will stay here at the Wildlife Centre as a little clan. We have a huge forest enclosure for them. They've got swimming pools, they've got everything a hyena could possibly